All right, guys, here we're going to talk about the movie Casey Jones, Live Wire.
Live Wire!
2022 is Casey Jones Live Wire. I'm almost positive you've not seen
This just happened. No, how could I possibly? No one has seen it.
It's new. This was a Kickstarter movie. It's a fan film. I think the first fan film we've ever covered.
Oh.
It's all you love and know. It's Cannibal Video.
That might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey Jones is your favorite character.
Is my favorite Ninja Turtles character for sure.
Yeah, but Ninja Turtles is at the top of the pyramid.
It's got a lot of weight behind it. I'm not going to lie.
Huge. It's pulling high. The numbers are off the chart.
No, so I went to this very I was like, oh man, this is going to be dope because there's a lot of Casey Jones fan films out there.
Are there?
There are because it's an easy character to make them for.
That's true.
But I would say this is one of the most ambitious ones I've seen. They do a lot here, and we'll go into that in the spoilers. But I think this is something you definitely see. It definitely is the most teased one, and I'll say tease where I want more of this world.
Oh,
you have posited things that I'm like, okay, is this the pilot for a TV show you're gonna do? Because I need more.
No, there's a lot of interesting, but I will say I don't usually go for a lot of this, and I don't care about Casey Jones at all. But I liked this because it's fun.
Yeah,
it does not, and we'll get into the exact spoiler
for sure
why. But yeah, I don't know how people watch this, but yes, you should go see it because it has a lot going for it, and most importantly, it's also not tongue-in-cheek, but it has a certain tone where I'm like, oh, you nailed the tone. That's I think good, but also of the moment where I'm like, I'm pulling for these kids, and you're like, this is a fan film made by 60-year-olds or something. I don't know, whatever. But yes, I'm like, it's awesome.
No, it's available on YouTube right now. So if you do want to watch this before you join us in the spoiler section, I'll put a link in the description below. Go check it out and then follow us over to spoilers.
If you need a place to rent content, you better listen. We're Cannibal Video and we eat the competition.
All right, so here we are for the spoilers of Casey Jones Live Wire.
Live Wire.
Yeah, it's a blissful short. In that, it is short and it's not a pain in the ass a lot of things are.
I say very presumptuous.
Yeah, it's
blissful.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Give or take. Probably longer on your track because there's some credits and whatnot with a lot of little sequences.
The credits are fun.
They are.
But yes. Where do we even start?
Well, let's start where it starts. So it gets you with a banger soundtracky song, which I like.
Casey Jones, big bad lawyer.
So these guys, Chromatic Phantom is the company, and they are musicians as well.
Oh shit!
And so I would imagine all the music in this is them. I remember one of the promos for this before I think before it came out was a music video with them singing.
That is a feature on the disc.
Yeah.
As well.
I'm back in the New York groove.
That's something and it does grab that 80s vibe, and they're kind of going for that all along anyway. So I like that. It's something that sets it apart from a lot of fan films, just having a soundtrack at all. This is a very well produced movie. You could see what someone would make a very low budget hour-and-a-half movie. They're like, okay, we're gonna take that money and make a much more well produced 20 minutes.
Call me Casey, punker.
Yeah, it's very focused in those ways. It has very much, and I like and Kung Fury did this to a certain extent, certain movies, whatever. But it is. I still don't think it's that beaten to death, and I still do like it because when you hear those drums, those do 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 those things, I'm like, that's okay. I will always kind of like that. Eventually, there's going to be enough examples of and of course we have to do the bzzz and the neon or whatever. But for now, I'm still. And it's not all that either, but it has that what you're alluding to, where I'm I do like that. That's fine.
I would have liked it to be a little grittier. I think it's campy, and that works. I think some of the one-liners are a little forced.
Unless you scale walls, pal, I think this is your retirement.
Yeah. If I'm going to be honest about things.
I thought that was the thing.
But that is, I was going to say, that is kind of the charm.
Okay.
But as a person who's I'm a diehard Casey Jones fan, I don't ever like him to look the mook. And I do think in some of these bits, I think the dream sequences, or whatever you want to call that, are well done. I do think they're misplaced.
Hold on, though. Now we're really digging into it.
We're digging.
I was being nice at first. Because that's why I'm so into it.
Okay.
Because he's such a he's a himbo.
Try to get me to talk. Lame.
He's a
Yeah.
mook.
No, and
he's
Himbo
whatever the fuck.
is accurate. Casey
Okay.
Jones is not a brilliant tactician.
No. This is why you're here. Well, I mean, among other reasons. But in this case, you also double as a Casey Jones expert because I don't know, and now you can tell. I was gonna say, oh, it's time for the big reveal. You just blabbed it. Is this accurate or faithful to Casey
I would
Jones?
say
Like,
it is a rendition that is fine. Not my favorite rendition of Casey Jones.
Is it like
Casey
within
runs
the expected?
a big gamut where
Okay.
he's a crazy man with a bat.
Don't you know there's no loitering in this park? You'll do time for this, lawbreaker.
Or he's just kind of like a New Yorker with the heart of gold.
It's
Just trying
like
to do his thing.
moonlighting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Gosh, it's kind of like moonlighting.
And I think this rides that happy line. Of what you're doing here, and I like it. I like that they do the different homages to the outfits that he wears.
He has the earnest, I don't even know what to call it, but like an anime hero to me.
Yes.
Because sometimes it strays into like Deadpool territory.
That little turd get it though. Could turn it into the police, but probably think I'm some kind of freaking alien or something.
Which I wasn't as into with some of his like you're saying, some of the one-liners and some of the funny stuff. But the general tone I thought was more in that other I kind of dig this.
Call me Casey Bunker.
Yeah, expositing things to yourself, I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm never a fan of that. I'm
Okay.
like, let's find a way to do that without physically saying these words. But again, because it's such it's like a charming little story, and
Yeah.
it is all build up. Like the thing just keeps leveling layers, and you're like, okay, I want to know. Oh, I want to know more on that. Okay,
Right,
we'll get back to that. I'm sure we'll get back to that. And then they give you some new aspect. You're like, oh, wait, that's cool. Oh, wait, he's got like a full blown Ernest moment. Does he have electrical powers now? I'm down. Oh, let's see where that goes.
Oh, you
Oh,
tease
cool.
so
We've introduced Metalhead. I like that.
Based on my analysis of your pizza selection, I created a playlist for our trip. I believe it's called
All right. Oh shit, he's got like Cyclops laser beams. This is dope.
Metal.
It does not feel like they saved something for the end. Sometimes in some of these like Star Wars fan films, because I used to want to try to do like lightsabers.
Yeah.
You're familiar as well. So when there was a new fan film, I might go check it out or hear about it because it's like special effects type of channels. And there sometimes you're like, oh wow, it's 20 minutes, and then it starts and you're like, damn, this is good. And then you're like, oh, now we're in the filler part. Now it's 14 minutes of filler before they fight fake Darth Vader or something. But
it's
to your
pretty tight.
point here, it just keeps kind of. So let's like thing after thing, right? I want to talk about the like montage dream sequences thing.
To survive war, you gotta become war, bunker.
Because did you not?
I laughed. I
Okay.
smiled.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Right.
But it's just this thing where there's so much that they frame up that like, oh, that's going to happen next, that I'm like, let's pull that 3 minutes or whatever out of this and give me that stuff. Let's go more into the story. And I do hope that they are tremendously successful and they end up making tons more of these things. I kickstarted this, and I would kickstart another one.
Oh, I didn't know that. Big reveal.
Oh yeah, I'm in those credits, bitch.
Oh shit! What? I watched the credits. God damn it! Worth every penny. What the fuck? Okay.
No, yeah, I
was
like
not
all the
looking
little
for
bits
that,
and
yeah.
baubles you got. Their rewards tiers were pretty cool.
Oh.
Got stickers and comics, a VHS tape, a cassette,
Yeah.
little bust, like fun stuff that I'm all
Shown
about.
here now. What the? No, you just start pulling out of your pocket. No, so like the one moment that I think you might be talking about, he's like, oh, I'm at first I thought, oh, it's John Wick now, but then it was Terminator, and I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. But then he's like, oh, I want to be a different robot, and then he becomes RoboCop.
Your move, creep.
It's a
whatever.
damn good RoboCop costume.
But then what I thought undercuts, Casey Jones as a character is that it cuts back, smash cut. So
Yes,
like he
the
has
embarrassing
He has
part.
tinfoil on. He's going. Bzz, brr, brr.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me, bunker.
You do hate punkers.
Oh, hey.
In his apartment. That's what you don't like, right?
Well,
When
and
hits
it starkly almost contrasts with like April is cool in every way. She's like down, she can fight. This is like a tough chick.
I'd never use a gun, not for
See,
real.
I already called the guys. They're on their way. I figured we could use some help getting you somewhere safe until this whole thing blows over.
And like, yes, I want all that, but
Yeah.
I want Casey to match. I don't want this like juxtaposition of I'm a goofball and you're the smart one. Like I want him
Yeah.
to be the dumb one and she's the smart one, not goofy.
Or
per
like
se.
for everyone, like it's a cut to like another thing later, and he's like, "What light through yonder?" And she's like up in the window, being like, "Oh," and you have like a weird skit of them now, and you're like, "That's funny," because this is just a world where but no, she doesn't get cutaways,
like
She doesn't get
Arnold
skits.
in Last Action Hero.
Yeah, something.
Claudius. You killed my father.
But like where the other persons, where April or some to be named people are also there. The way it's portrayed, it feels like that's Casey's thing.
Yeah.
Where I am a different version of Deadpool, where I'm like embarrassing, right? Which is like
Yeah, and like the movie does just kind of start.
Well, look at the starting lineup we got here.
Like
Yeah.
it's posited that he's now wanted for doing this, that, and the other thing. Because when he runs in on those two other guys, like two strong-looking guys, they're doing something like, and they were told to stop him if he comes. We'll break him like a Slim Jim. or
Bebop and
something.
Rocksteady?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say don't call them two guys. Don't call them two guys because they even have the one guy snort and he's wearing the purple shades. And I'm like, oh.
The worst part about that for me is like there's a really hammy like he punches, the guy blocks it with a trash can, and he's like, "Oh, mommy!" I get the ham there, but again, that's where I would have wanted to tone it up and get gritty. Like, so it would have been nice to have some blood and not just some ketchup squirting on his hand.
Do you think that? Well, because that's cool too, where they hide it, where they cut to the hot dog.
I thought that was a great cut, but I thought it got undercut by cutting back and him being so cornballish.
Okay, well, yeah, listen, I'm pretty sure I had an upgraded model or something. No, he was practically a giant.
I laughed when he like pool cues the guy, and that's a Vern, like reporter. Now he's a vlogger online.
Hey, be sure to check out my profile, Violent Vern, for all the latest drama, and subscribe to my other account.
Doing his thing. I thought that was a fun little nod. There's a lot of nods and things in this.
It's full of naughty things.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the guy who looks like he's from, when you said like it's undercut by that guy being such a whatever, the guy who looks like he's from the Beastie Boys Sabotage video with the weird wig and
I
like,
think
I'm
he is
a
one of
bad
the Chromatic
guy.
Phantom guys.
I think it might be a little out of touch with how real power works.
Because he's in a couple of those skits too.
It's like designed to be funny. I'm not saying like they picked the wrong wig.
Honestly, it's a weird start for me.
Yeah.
I think that I would have maybe even just started when he gets to the arcade, because that first scene, it's like I think they didn't necessarily have the right casting for that or something, because like those guys don't strike me as really tough.
Enough games. You answered the foot.
They're very filler
And
guys.
I think that when they did the X-ray, like I'm breaking your
The Mortal
face thing,
Kombat effects.
I think that's to sell something. We're like, oh, we stopped too early because we didn't have our thing there. Like, okay, how do we make that work? Okay, so instead of having a fist stop here and not selling the punch, we'll cut to this effect and we can do this thing.
Yeah, the timing felt weird on them.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, they're too quick, but also not. They're also something. It was weird.
I don't hate it.
I don't know. Yeah,
and that scene might have worked differently in a different order or something. It's just something about starting there, but I guess also to that same point, starting at your weakest point and rising all the way through. Also, it does make sense.
No. It benefited from that for me certainly. Not that I want everything to be the same too, but I like the idea of like, oh no, when Casey really clocks you, we do the Mortal Kombat effect. So like that could have been shown later too or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's only in the first.
It's
scene,
only
right?
in that part. Yeah.
And the weird Jackie Chan anime, like is only in the Bebop and Rocksteady fight, because then later we don't do that, right? It's very, and like as a short that's just meant to be a demo of a few things, that makes sense, but that's a concerning sign, right? Where you're like, oh, we're not developing a consistent style around this.
But part of me is like, maybe I would love it if this was, again, the pitch to be and now we want to make a feature, or we want to make this to be a 6-part, 20-minute web series. anything really.
No, because like this it does an efficient job of demonstrating I can do these 3 or 4 things.
Yeah.
Like really good.
And like
So
even the things that like
yeah.
I shit on, that's just who I am. I shit on things, and this is a character I
No.
love, so I'm
He
going to
loves
be hypercritical on things in this, exact venue here.
No, absolutely. Everyone knows you shot everything.
Yeah, of course.
You can't be stopped.
Slim Jims are for breaking into cars, too. I seen it.
Oh, dude, you're totally right. It's that thing that slides between the rubbers.
But like, there's a lot of things that we mentioned these post-credit sequences. We
Shit.
We see Triceratons make an appearance.
I like watched it as a kid or whatever, but I don't have the unabiding love and passion that you do or something.
Get in the chopper! Just kidding. Hey guys, it's Donnie leaving a quick message. This is Metalhead, my latest invention. We'll bring you guys back to the lair.
Great. So I was like, Triceracop is in there from Kung Fury again? That's weird. Okay.
You have the Shredder,
Yeah.
which isn't my favorite version of the Shredder, but like I'm still happy to see it.
What is going on with the tentacles?
He's got like the picture of like Krang's robotic body and everything. In like some of the newer series, they're like in the chests of people, and those people are like robots and stuff.
So it's not Shredder?
It is Shredder, but Shredder it's just not the version you're familiar with. Yeah, I've come to enjoy it.
Oh.
There's a version with Leatherhead having a...
That ought to hold him.
It oughta, but it won't, I guarantee.
I think for me, I would have left it as a Shredder and then expounded on that more in a future thing. Yeah. I don't know that we could sell the tendrils, and I think they look a little weird coming through the bandages.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not exactly the way I would have gone, but I was happy to see it. I was like, cool.
Yeah, knowing now what you're saying about the future of what they did to my boy, the Shredder, like just having the bandages there kind of sells that like, oh, something's going on. Fans would know.
Yeah.
That like,
exactly.
They must be going in this direction.
And then if you went and made for more and were like, oh, we can't do the CG here, well, it would also be fine to not.
You wouldn't be committed.
Yeah, you're not pot committed exactly.
Yeah.
So like the video game credits are dope.
I'm alive, why you can't stop me.
Yeah, it starts with a video game, and I think that's where it plays the...
That's another song.
Casey Jones! Like they're doing like a weird... They say Casey Jones, I think, in the song, or no?
They do, but it's not the...
I'm joking,
The first one does a song closer to what you're doing there, and the second one is more of like a hip-hop version of like a Casey Jones.
Hey, Casey Jones, I'm a mass vigilante. Casey Jones, they call me Casey Jones. They call me Casey Jones.
I loved the video game.
My name is Casey Jones. Something.
Yeah, my shit is tight. Yeah. No, so like the video game was awesome. My only critique is that when April shows up, they don't add a second health bar.
Hey, Casey Jones, I'm a mass vigilante. Casey Jones, I'm a mass vigilante. Casey Jones, they call me.
Fatal flaw. And you know what? I know that you wanted to put that health bar in, and someone else was like, it's not worth it. Don't do that. They were wrong. I noticed. You should have put the health bar in.
There was a trailer for this when it first came, like when it first coming out. It was kids playing a video game like, it would make this better if Casey Jones is in it.
Oh man, we can never get past this level.
I know. I wish you could pick more than just the turtles, like
Casey Jones!
And since this came out, they have released a new one, and Casey Jones is in the game.
Oh my God!
It's funny. Maybe you had something to do with it.
That's awesome. And the game is like a nice old school beat 'em up in the style of a lot of games, including the Infinite Charles games. They're like, hit the special button, do your special. Yeah, it's great.
Babe, you've gone viral.
Excuse me? No, I've been clean my whole life.
No, babe, you're all over the internet.
Fight scenes are pretty decent in this, like especially for like a fan film, and not like I won't go too hard on things where it's like I needed better choreography and this that other thing. I like seeing it in the mirror and blocking the shots and doing business.
No, everything was fine. I'm not gonna give it like a super high praise, but it was like for a short, it's great. It's amazing for like the kind of shit that we usually watch. But like fight scenes these days, I kind of tune them out unless something crazy happens. I liked when the Shuriken, the ninja star, hits him in the like face.
What is it with you guys in the freaking hands?
But it was weird that it like knocked him out.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
So again, that's where I feel like I'm like you're not putting enough respect on my boy's name, type of thing. Like that shouldn't have done it.
He should have caught it in his teeth. You're saying? That's
well, no,
the
like
only way
it
to
should
do
hit him. Maybe he drops a one-liner and throws it out, but having it knock him out, I'm like, eh.
Okay, they do headshots too.
Oh, that's another where they're crossing the lines where they're clowning on him a little bit.
Exactly.
Oh,
I feel like you're hurting the reputation of my boy, and especially with how hard you're making April look like a fucking badass. Like Casey Jones is a tough dude. He can hang with ninjas. He's like the fifth turtle. Like, give me some respect here, kids.
Oh my god. I took it the opposite, where Casey's so awesome and like anime that he can like, you know, fall down and shit his pants and still like get up and go, oh okay, and like win everything, and I was like, awesome. But yeah, I didn't focus too much on the fights in general or whatever.
It's definitely not a bat.
The Foot Clan, it's weird in general to have they're robots in this, like they were in like the cartoon series.
They say, what the heck?
And I like that. I like random wrestling move that rips the head off. I'm like,
Freaking purple ninja.
Yeah. That's fun too. But it's a weird world where we send billions of dollars worth of technology at these people, and like they're not Terminators where like they kill them instantly. Like they lose to my boy.
We sent billions of dollars of technology to kill a hockey enthusiast.
It just seems kind of crazy. Like that same amount of money, I feel like you could have hired every like hoodlum in the area to just go and do it.
Because for the turtles, you're like, they're mutants and ninjas. We need to send.
And the purple dragons are in the front, so like we know there are ties to the gang. Right. Direct ties, because it says that's his little brother. So like for that amount of money, how many gang members could you get? All of them? And just give them guns.
Oh, but imagine if we could just have them with the helmet on, with like the I'm a robot,
sure,
and do that.
But in the same way you do in like movie one with just nameless, faceless, you could have the same 3 stuntmen just keep putting the outfit on, cycling out. Oh, you got knocked out. New guy comes in. Oh,
yeah.
How are you guys?
I think they did that for that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Time to ride the lightning!
How did the "you got me seeing red" line stick with you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He gets Shoroken in the hand, and he rubs his eyes, and it makes a perfect swash of...
So, part of me thought, oh, he must have a costume. You already said this, so I can't give... It's, does this harken back to a particular toy where it was like a stripe of red around his eyes or whatever?
There are things, it's just something about it didn't sell to me. Like the outfit channel, he goes from original to toy.
You know, I took you for a pop band.
Outfit, he goes to comic outfits, and I like that things. And I did think we were going to see some of the iconic masks. I thought that how I would have done that part is like he would have like got a little blood on his mask, because we see the movie version mask is like on the shelf as like an homage.
Oh, shit.
But I would have liked like the pointy top mask, or even the red, white, and blue one, brought to go America all over your ass, like some shit happened there.
Because his mask gets taken off in like the first fight, I want to say, and then he puts it back on, obviously. But that would have been an opportunity if they didn't to like change the mask or whatever. Yeah, so like.
But there's a lot of nods, so I'm not going to complain. There's not enough nods.
It was obvious what they were going for with the blood, and then like, and then it cuts and it looks nothing like it just did or whatever, like that, right? But this is silly, but I thought of like in the more recent Star Wars when Finn's helmet and he has the blood on it and stuff like that. But that looks like you smeared a helmet, and this looks like you have that weird thing that ladies do sometimes when they need to, I don't know,
like downward makeup or something.
I don't know why anyone ever does that, but they seem to love it. Just the strip with your eyes in the middle.
I think really it's the line that made it. Like if you would have just done that, I think I would have been fine. Or if you would have just said the line, maybe I would have been fine. But like something about the
the line is terrible. Are we focusing it on the "you got me seeing"?
It's the combo. It's the combo.
Yeah. No, I think less is more. I think, obviously, so like going into it, I didn't know like, oh, is he a wisecracker? Is he this? I only remember him from the movie, the live action thing. And
my favorite version.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because otherwise, I like that actor a lot. Whatever. It's French, and I won't say it.
And the last name is pronounced
Cateus.
Cateus. Elias. Pretty name, Elias.
That's fine. Yes, he's cool and stuff, and I thought he brought to the role and acting, like against everybody. So going into this, I just instantly recalibrated, where I assumed they knew who Casey Jones was supposed to be, and I said whatever.
And they do. This is clearly a love
portraying.
letter to Casey Jones.
Okay.
They definitely know their shit. And they love this character.
We were saying, oh, maybe they went too far here. Maybe he's a himbo. In my notes too, I wrote himbo, total Joey.
Hey, how you doing?
That was my read off of scratch. So I don't know if that, you might be like, that's not good. We don't want people to think that.
I think this dude did a great job playing Casey Jones.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like the little things, like when he's punching the dude and like not doing any damage. Like, I would have liked some damage.
4 times the charm? Oh, dude.
Or like him to immediately switch to a bat and just club the dude down or something. Like, I wanted more of that like guttural Street Fighter dude, like something.
You want the actual dark version.
Yeah.
Where like bashes someone's head in and it's just like a puddle. There's like the blood going into the
this
sewer.
Is a violent character. He's a murderer.
No,
he
hey,
does some
listen.
shit.
I understand the Punisher.
Yeah.
He's the hockey Punisher. That's what he is to me in my head. Absolutely. Did you like them melting his Excalibur like a bat, but like off camera?
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I like how they like wanted to do it or whatever, but it's usually a joke we have where it's like, that's fucking off camera. We can't show that. Or I think that they tried something and like it wasn't working, and they were like,
"Fuck it." Played though. It wasn't
It's
a problem.
fine. Yeah. It's fine. But the shot was tight. Where I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you just cutting off his arm? It's pretty good. Yeah.
I think if I were gonna do that same shot, I would like break a bat apart. I would get it together for semblance. You do your first shot, second shot, it's like a bunch of little twine bits, and you would just rip it apart and then coat it in a purple hue and just hope for the best. But I think it was fine.
We'd move so many sliders.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
So we've been talking about this for pretty much the full length of if you were to watch this movie. So if you somehow made it this far and haven't just watched this, please go watch it. Support these guys. I want them to make more things. I really enjoyed this. Take all my critiques, with a grain of salt here, and keep up the good work.
No, efficiency alone, just per minute, you have to go watch it now. That's crazy. I liked it too, and we watch a lot of shorts and like indie things, and this is like, oh, this is a real one though. Put this in like the other pile. This doesn't go with the rest of it. This is like an actual thing.
Look how fucking legit this disc looks. Like, that's dope. Blu-ray, bitch.
Just rub that. So it's all scratched up. Perfect.
They call me Casey Jones.
They call me Casey Jones. I'm a mass vigilante. Casey Jones. I'm a mass vigilante.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
If you want to support the show, head over to cannibalvideo.com. Pick up some merch.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's something.
Whatever.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
Holy shit!
Cannibal Video has everything you need. A wide array of VHS and DVDs. We ate the competition. Now it's only